welcome back to my channel. This is Alyssa, the Earbud Bookworm. I have been gone an awfully long time, and I still owe y'all like a whole bunch of monthly wrap-ups. I'm probably going to consolidate them into just a couple of videos. But first, I've got a book haul. For some reason, even though we ordered them all at the same time, Amazon decided to send us 3 separate packages. So we're just going to start at the top of the stack and work our way down. These are all books that I have read before. So first we have The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. This is a softback book, soft cover. Anyway, soft book. The font is pretty small. I don't tend to read physical books. These are trophies of books that I have listened to on audiobook. So The Cabin at the End of the World is up until today, was the only Paul Tremblay I'd ever read. I did actually listen to another book of his today in preparation for the fact that my husband and I are actually going to start a podcast because I don't have enough on my plate right now. So, and the first book that we're going to talk about is The Cabin at the End of the World, and so I figured I should probably listen to some other Paul Tremblay books before we record that this weekend. So, yes, this book was definitely a really good introduction to him. Not a super big fan of the movie, and I think that's something we're going to get into on the podcast if you're interested. I will add it into the cards and the description once that comes out. But that's that one. And this one's heavy. This one might have 2 books in it. Because we ordered 4. We ordered 4 books. And they're all books that we would like to talk about on our podcast. And hopefully that will go really well. Again, with all the free time that I have. Because, y'all didn't even know. I am still working my internship and my regular job. And now I'm doing my practicum, which is clinical hours for early childhood education. All right. Yes. So we have, did they put them, they did not. They did not put the 2 Clown and Cornfields together because that would make too much sense. So we have one of my favorite reads from last year, Camp Damascus by Chuck Tingle. That is absolutely one we're going to be talking about because my husband pre-ordered Bury Your Gaze for me. And so we will be talking about this book when that one comes out. This one has even smaller print than the other book. This one I actually tried to read physical format because I really, really wanted to read it in physical format. And I just couldn't do it. So I switched about 2 or 3 chapters and I switched to the audiobook, which actually ended up being a great choice because it is read by Mara Wilson, and I was definitely a Matilda kid, so that was great. Then I guess I'll go ahead and open this one so that we can look at these 2 books together. It's supposed to have a place tab, tear and pull to open. Okay, it worked. Alright, I'm not super interesting, y'all. I don't know what to tell you. But I do ramble sometimes and drop things, apparently. So we have the first 2 Clown and a Cornfield books, because when the 3rd one comes out, we will definitely be talking about these first 2. I definitely liked the first one better than the second one. And I think these are both ones that I did talk about on the channel. So let's look at the font in these. Because that's the first thing I always look at, because that's one of the things that keeps me from reading physical books is when the font's really small. This one actually is not too bad. It might be similar to Cabin at the End of the World, but the, what is it, the kerning or whatever, the distance between the lines looks a little bit easier to read for me. I don't think I'm dyslexic, but I do think I'm probably ADHD. And I think that affects my ability to read when the words are really close together and small. Yeah, these 2 aren't too bad, so I might be able to at least read bits and pieces, even if I can't read the whole thing, or maybe I can like read along with the audiobook. But again, mostly these are just trophies.
If I may chime in, the reason that sorry, yeah, husband talking here. The reason that it might be like that in those 2 books is because they're geared to be YA books. And
Yes.
so they're trying to make them more pleasurable for the eye, whereas the other two over here are definitely geared older.
Yeah, I think Camp Damascus is like kind of skews that line between YA and adult. But yeah. So,
Cabin is definitely for adults.
Definitely. So as my husband said when we went to check out on Amazon, this was a very red cart. Lots of red in here. And there's definitely a theme. These are pretty much all horror or horror adjacent. The only one that I would say isn't like straight up horror would be Cabin at the End of the World, and that's honestly it's pretty horrific. So yes.
And then we have another red theme book coming in pre-order here soon.
We do. So here is my little book haul. And I will be back with another video very soon. I have a whole ploy on how to get some recording done. So I will see y'all soon. Bye!